Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm doing a slightly different video this week because I had a moment when I was on a press trip last week where someone said to me, oh my god, you're completely different to how I thought you were going to be. And I thought, oh my god, do you know what? Sometimes I agree. I watch back a video and I think, you're not that Ree. It looks like Ree and it sounds like Ree, but is it Ree? I'm sorry, it's so annoying that I'm speaking about myself in the third person. But anyway, so I thought what I'm going to do instead, and what I have done, because this bit I filmed after the bit that you're about to see, because, hey, all that intro, outro jazz. What this video is me doing my makeup, this makeup, not, oh, I don't know why I'm holding my hair, and having a chat with you about the products as well, but also answering some questions that I was asked on Instagram when I said, you know, what things would you like to know about me? So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Let me know, give it a thumbs up if you do. Please subscribe, leave any comments you want below, but most of all, just carry on watching. So I thought the kind of easiest way to have a little chat would be if I just do my makeup as well at the same time, because then I can show you some new bits I've been trying, and also you can see what they look like, and then it's a bit more, I mean, don't just want to be chatting right at you. You might as well have something to watch as well. So I'm going to just start off with the NARS, the new NARS Super Radiant Booster. You can see that here. Now I have been enjoying mixing this into my foundation, but I'm going to try it all over my face for this video because I want to glow. So I'm going to put it on like a moisturiser. And I do love NARS. My favourite foundation really is the NARS Natural Longwear Radiant Foundation in shade Deauville. Although I have to say I'm not using that one today because I've used that a lot, and I want to try a new shade of the Tom Ford Tracer Stick Foundation for you that I got matched to earlier in the week when I had my makeup done at the store. Just gonna blend this in more with my Real Techniques brush, which I love Real Techniques, but I've also been really liking the new Space NK brushes anyway. Right, so I'm just going to get some of this foundation on. So they've extended the shade range at Tom Ford for the sticks. Now this is probably a bit lazy, but I'm just going to go straight in from the stick onto my skin. This shade is called Bone, 1.4 Bone, and before I was Fawn, but I always think it was starting to come up a bit warm on me because I'm getting paler and paler and paler the longer I don't go in the sun, which is now just almost like a phobia. And I don't feel like I have a rational kind of approach to the sun anymore. I'm just paranoid about it. Anyway, right, let me just blend this in. It's a really nice foundation. Okay, so I asked Instagram about what kind of questions you might want for a chatty video, which I'm trying to do, but basically just rambling so far. And oh my god, I've lost the questions. Can't have done. No, here are the questions. Got the questions. Ugh. Okay, how did you start as a beauty journalist / vlogger / blogger? Right, well, I never worked in the beauty industry. I used to work in recruitment. So basically, because I did English at uni, I thought should be a journalist, and I wanted to write. I loved writing, but I just thought you could only write about like really big world issues. So I went for an interview at the Independent back in the day, Canary Wharf, and it was just really, really embarrassing because I know nothing at all about the real world in any way, shape or form, and it was kind of just completely and utterly awkward. I don't even know how I imagined that would go. I never even considered that you could write about beauty, so I just kind of like wrote it off as a bad episode of life, and then basically ended up in recruitment, which I think loads of people were doing at that time when you couldn't think of anything to do. And I did that for quite a few years actually, and it went really well. I was always excited and obsessed with beauty. So I just, you know, kind of like always bought loads of stuff. I was that person that basically, you know, if I found something I liked and I was scared that it was going to be discontinued, I'd go back and buy 5 just in case, you know, and then probably never use them because I found the next thing. Always really excited about that sort of thing. But it wasn't for years I started writing about beauty. I just worked in recruitment. This is the new Trini London BFFI Serum Concealer. This is shade Izzy, which is the lightest one. I've only just got this, so I'm going to try it under my eyes. It's quite a nice consistency, like a cream really. Very smoothing, hydrating. It's got loads of skincare in it to brighten, smooth, hydrate, all of that stuff, which I love. And it's nice glowy finish. I love something dewy under the eyes. Some people thought I was a journalist. I know that from just chatting to people, but I wasn't. I'm sure that journalists didn't think I was a journalist though. Yeah, this is really nice concealer actually. Nice and brightening. It's just for under eye, so I'm going to leave it there. So it wasn't until actually I was made redundant from my job in recruitment that I thought about doing something different. So I knew that I didn't want another job in recruitment, and so I was in quite a privileged position where I didn't need to sort of race into a new job, and I just kind of like did a few little bits and bobs here and there, but it wasn't anything kind of affirmative about where my life was heading. I'm going to use e.l.f. actually on the rest of my face. This is shade Medium Peach, which is a lot lighter than a medium shade normally, but it's a matte finish foundation. I've got swatches of all the shades, you know, 16 in total. I'm just going to use this on like the bits where I don't need to glow, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so basically I wasn't doing much in terms of like what I wanted to do, and I joined Twitter. And it was like, basically, I had a bit of a competition with my boyfriend. But basically, Michael joined Twitter. And I was like, what's that about? And then, so I joined it. And I then basically got into a competition with him to see who could get the most Twitter followers. And of course I won, because I'm really competitive. Not in an evil way, but I just, you know, kind of focused person. So well, Michael might say I'm evil, but you know, who cares? So basically, I was getting more followers than him, and then I just basically won, and he kind of gave up, and I just carried on. But the thing really was the fact that what I discovered through Twitter was that I was reading things on the internet about beauty, because I was always been a Googler before I actually bought things. I discovered that some of the stuff that I was reading wasn't actually by like an expert in particular, or, you know, a brand owner or a beauty journalist or someone who was kind of qualified to write those things. It was by someone just like me, and it was a blog, and I hadn't realised. For me, it was just information on the internet. So when I realised that, I thought, wow, oh my God, you know, because that was the thing that always scared me about trying to say things about things, was that I didn't feel qualified person to say it. But when I realised, you know, it's just an opinion, and actually, at that point, I was an expert consumer really, because I bought so many beauty things. I knew what I liked, and I really, you know, I did have a valid opinion because I was trying to read other people's opinions about it. So I thought, I'll give it a go. So that was that really. I did my first post. I didn't expect anything from it, and I didn't get much from it for a really long time, because it took a long time to slowly build. I didn't think it would grow really. I had practically no followers. But eventually it did, and I think the key really was just to be consistent. How I felt about blogging was kind of how a lot of people feel about going to the gym. I felt guilty if I didn't do it, even if nobody else would tell me off. You know, if you don't go to the gym, no one else is going to shout at you really. You just feel bad. And that was the same way. No one was really waiting for my next blog post, but I just knew if I felt bad if I didn't write the next post, basically. Anyway, let me just go back to the makeup. This is a new shade of Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. Now, they had before Intensity 1 and Intensity 2. And I used to use Intensity 1, but sometimes it was slightly yellowy or a tad orange on my skin tone. So now they've made this 0.5. And there's also a shade 3 if you're darker. I've got a blog post on these, so I'm going to link to the swatches below, but this I'm really happy with. It's a really good shade for me. So I'm just going to take this brush that I always use for kind of this cream product. It's a Real Techniques one. It's like a precision contour, but I think it was limited edition, but you'll probably find something similar. And I'm just going to go in. As you can see, it's kind of a nice natural looking shade. You don't need tons. And yeah, this, I mean, I'm used to using this because I always use Intensity 1, but now I think I've got a new favourite. So, and it's going to need less blending and less kind of, because I used to have to put like a cooler toned bronzer over the top. Anyway, right, okay. Yeah, I wrote my first blog post and that was like it really. I just wrote a lot, and I think when you write a lot, you know, Google notices you for a start because it has to index all your new content basically. And also, I just, you know, I don't know, I got invited to an event. That was weird. I wasn't sure if it was completely okay or not, like a bit like internet dating, you know. It was just, everything was good. I didn't know about like PR samples or anything like that. I didn't know that like magazines had like beauty cupboards that brands actually gave them stuff. I remember the first time someone tried to send me PR samples, I genuinely thought they were trying to find out where I lived so that they could rob me. And then I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't say, oh, if I'm going on holiday on Twitter or anything. It was like, really, you know, I didn't get it basically at all. So I think I can probably put a bit more of that on now. Yeah, so like I didn't understand. I think I was very lucky actually, because now, you know, because it's turned into a career, you can't be quite so selfless. No, what's the word? You can't be quite so natural about it. People, you know, it's like me saying, you know, not expecting not to earn any money out of it like we did is not realistic anymore, because people know that we earn money out of it. So it's like me saying, oh, I want to be a policewoman or a policeman or a police person, whatever I don't know, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Obviously I know that I'm not a policeman, but I'm not a policewoman either. What I mean is, it's like me saying I want to do that, but I don't expect to get paid, because that's not how life works. And so when that was a hobby, fair enough, I didn't expect it. But now, you know, people know that there is the chance of getting paid. So they probably, why shouldn't they expect that? I think it's really judgmental when some people judge new bloggers for wanting to get to a point where they can earn money and get sent PR samples. Because come on, you know, that is what we've done and what we've seen, and that's how the job works. Anyway, ramble. Right, so that's that. Right, what I'm going to do, really happy with that new shade. And I'm going to come back in a bit to the light one for the glow. Because I haven't used the Illuminate side of Shade and Illuminate for ages, and I've really realised that I need to, because it's amazing. Right, I'm just going to go in here just with my, because I like to set cream products with powders basically. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, which I use the bronzer more than the highlighter because I like something a bit glossier. That's kind of it's lovely, but it's a soft, I find it quite soft, whereas I like something a bit shinier in a highlight. I do love it though. I mean, it's nice for day. Although I used to say it was nice for night, so it just shows how much I've like lost perspective when it comes to what I think is acceptable in the highlight world. I mean, I used to only use highlighter like if I was going out, but now it's literally every day. Right, so anyway, that is how I started. That's how I started. What's another question? Should I get another question? Let me get another question. Favourite drugstore makeup brand? So like high street brand. I love L'Oreal Paris. I think they do amazing lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, foundation. Their new concealers are really good. I still owe you a blog post on those. I really love Maybelline as well. I love the Maybelline eye eraser. You know, the Maybelline cushion under eye foundation that I featured in my best concealers video. I will link to that video below. I love that. I also really like Flower Beauty, the Drew Barrymore's one. There are loads. I mean, there are so many good NYX is really, really good. There are loads. But I do have a lot of high-end. I'm lucky enough that I get sent loads of high-end stuff, and I do really love it. So yeah, it's one of those things. Right, I'm going back to my Shade and Illuminate now that I put my bronzer on, and I'm gonna use that brush. This is a Guerlain foundation brush that I was using to blend out my Shade and Illuminate. I'm just gonna push this. Oh, it's so nice. I haven't used it for ages. Push that onto the tops of my cheekbones. It just gives the most gorgeous, almost like sweaty look to the skin that I really love. I always say I would rather look sweaty and greasy than cakey and dry, because I just think I've actually got a phobia of looking dry now, because, you know, I'm not exactly the youngest kid on the block, and I want my skin... Oh, I've literally just stabbed my brand new shade in Illuminate. That's the other thing that people don't know about me. I swear a lot more in real life than I do online. In fact, I never swear online, and I think sometimes it shocks people in real life. So I'm going to try and keep that to a minimum, because, you know, nobody needs shocking. Right, so that's that. I'm not really a powderer, although people tell me I really need to do it more under my eyes, but never mind. That's the place I'm really worried about doing it. So that is that. Now, just to get, that's like a kind of like a glossy look. Now, I'm just to get a bit more like iridescent glow. I'm going to just show you these. I've got a blog post on these. They're really nice. They're the Shimmer Sticks by YSL Touche Eclat. I'm going to put a bit on top there and just pop it on. I haven't really used any drugstore stuff. Oh, the Elf. Those Elf concealers. Elf is a really good drugstore concealer. I really like that, just a bit though. And then my other really favourite thing to do is just to pop a bit of highlighter on top of anything cream, just to kind of set it and make it pop a bit more. And I'm loving this highlight. Sorry, it's more Tom Ford. So spoiled, sorry. Right, this one in the Winter Soleil, and I'm just going to go on top there. Ooh, just kind of set it tiny bit, but still leave that like glossy look. I love these because they're like baked, so they're super shiny. Can you see that? Sorry, the light is shining. Yeah, so, but yeah, Elf is another good high street fave. Oh, Bourjois do brilliant foundations. I love their Healthy Mix foundation. It's so good, really good. And Max Factor foundations are really good. And Max Factor mascaras are really good. And also L'Oreal Paris mascaras. They just know how to do a mascara. It's amazing. Anyway, right, what should I do next? Oh, I'm going to do blush, right? This is a new little love of mine that I kind of discovered when I was having a bit of a sort through all my samples. Is the Cushion from Lancome. Cushion Blush Subtil. This is called 032 Splash Coral, so it's a corally shade. I'm just going to look at another question so that I can keep chatting and stop being boring. What is your favourite foundation? Yeah, my favourite foundation is still, just because it never lets me down. I mean, I've got lots of favourite things, but I love the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in Deauville. I just love it. It never lets me down. Luckily, I've been sent a new bottle, because that is going down massively, and it also looks a bit grubs. Yeah, I love it. I love this. Right, so I like to use blusher after contour and highlighter, because it just kind of blends that obvious kind of like, oh look, here's my hollow where I'm trying to sculpt out some fake cheekbones. And here's my highlighter where I'm showing you the way light naturally bounces off my face, and to the point where you're just like, oh, actually no, it's just kind of more of a harmony of shape on the face, basically. So and this is so nice. It just dewy, juicy. It's kind of cool because you don't put too much on. You can't put too much on. I mean, you can put too much on if you really want to, like, literally wipe it all over your face. But it kind of melts in nicely, so, you know, it just leaves you looking kind of healthy. Sometimes I come back to blush at the end, because sometimes you need to put a bit more on if your eye has gone a bit like more. And I was looking for another question. Skincare products you come back to. Now, I haven't got any with me to show you, but look, I'm just going to tell you, I love Marie Reynolds. Anything that Marie Reynolds makes is amazing. I love her. She's got a Hydrate misting veil. It's gorgeous. She's got this amazing oil called Anoint that you can use literally head to toe. It's so soothing, calming, strengthening. She has got a mask called Restore. It was called something else before, but it's called Restore now. It's like a green mud. Loads of pre and probiotics and amazing stuff, and it's so calming and great for any skin condition. And then I've got 3 NIOD products that I can't live without. Copper, C-A-I-S, copper amino isolate something. Copper amino isolate serum? I've forgotten. C-A-I-S, copper. It's blue, you mix 2 together. Then I love modulating glucosides, which is, the copper's really good at strengthening the skin. So, and it's super great. Copper is a brilliant peptide for anti-aging benefit, basically. It strengthens, boosts collagen. It's amazing. I love it. And it's like a blue water, which literally just makes everything good. Everything good. It's really, really just my skin drinks it up. Then I go with modulating glucosides, which is like a mustardy colour serum. And then I use the multi-molecular hyaluronic complex, which is also from NIOD. Oh, these are all NIOD ones, by the way. And I put 1 or 2 little drops of the pycnogenol serum, which is an ordinary serum, and it's brilliant. It literally is a super antioxidant, and it's so calming. And I had a bit of a skin flare up. Marie was helping me with it, and I spoke to Marie about pycnogenol, Marie Reynolds, sorry, and she said it's such a great anti-inflammatory, and it did overnight. It completely calmed down I was having like a bit of an allergy, gut related reaction. So yeah, really good. Yeah, so those skincare products I love. I also love the Elizabeth Arden Ceramide Cleansing Oil, which it never upsets my skin. You know when some cleansing oils get in your eyes and make you a bit blind and stingy? This doesn't. It's amazing. Oh, by the way, I'm just using Charlotte Tilbury's new Icon palette with one of those more matte shades, which has still got sheen. I love it. Yeah, what else do I love skincare wise? Clé de Peau is coming back to the... It's coming back. It's launching in the UK in September this year, and I've been using this oil called, I think it's called Multi-Repair Radiance Oil. I'll link to it because I've got a blog post on it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so nice, and it's a lovely oil because you can put it straight on after cleansing, and then and it's very light, and it really sinks into the skin, and it doesn't block the penetration of any other product, so you can then put more on, but it's so glowy and dewy. And it's perfect you can even use it as a primer under makeup, which I love. So this is the shade from Date Eyes, the bottom one. I've got swatches of these. I've got a video on it as well. I'll link everything below. Can you see it gives like a sheen, but not a shimmer. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am all for a shimmer. I love a good shimmer. But this is really nice, easy daytime eye. Blends perfectly. You can really build this up. I mean, be careful that you don't over apply this. Mind you, still blend away. So lovely, lovely, lovely. I love it. Right, what else? Let me find another question for you because I'm not very focused on this. Are there any downsides to living your life right now, e.g. bullying, messages, etc.? I think there's downsides to every job, really. My downside, I don't get that much. I mean, people are always negative, and to be fair, you have to expect it. I'm not going to value their opinion more than my own or people that I actually know. So that never really upsets me. And also, because I've been doing this for nearly 10 years, you kind of get a thick skin about those things. And that is one thing that I've really learned, and it's such a valuable, brilliant lesson, is just not to worry. Don't value the people's Don't value the opinions of other people who don't value you. I mean, like, why? So I've learned that, and actually it's one of those things that you have to learn physically rather than be told it. So, you know, when other people experience negativity and you tell them that, it doesn't really make a difference until you have to get there to that place on your own, basically. But so I don't find that's a downside. Sometimes I'm even motivated by a bit of negativity sometimes, because I just think it helps me to keep going, to say, look, that's not who I am, and I am me in a way. But I think my downside is that because it doesn't really feel like work, I do it a lot, and then I find that I haven't done anything but the job for a long time. So, because I always say, it's not hard work, but you do work hard. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but like this isn't hard work. I mean, I'm not having to do anything crazy here, but you know, there's a lot to be done if you want to kind of keep up, you know, especially with the website. My website is my baby, it's my everything. Like social media is not like Instagram, Twitter. I'm not that person. I'm like, I love Instagram and everything, but for me, everything's about the website. And I know the problem I find, that my downside really is that brands are so obsessed with huge numbers on Instagram, which I don't have. I like, literally, I've been working so hard to build it. Well, actually not that hard, but I've been working so hard on this whole job for such a long time. And I still only have about 30,000 followers on Instagram, which compared to other people doing what I do is nothing. But my blog is where I get all the numbers and all the traffic. So I just have to remember that and hope and pray that people really value, and the website will never go away, it's mine, you know, like I'm never going to get deleted from my website, my Insta, hopefully. Oh my god, touch wood, but you know, Instagram does stuff, you know, they change the algorithm, sometimes they literally just delete people for whatever reason, and I feel like that is when people shouldn't put all their eggs in one basket. But they're doing well, and I mean, I'd love to have more followers on Instagram, but you know, I just don't. And if you do want to follow me on Instagram, it's at ReallyRee, by the way. But then I don't have huge YouTube following either. But I'm kind of happy with what I'm doing here on YouTube, to be honest. And I've never really fully focused on it, so I'm happy with where I am and the views I get, which is good. But you know, website ReallyRee.com is my everything. It really is. Right, I'm going to put a different shade on your, I think maybe this like really orangey coppery shade, which I love. I won't go mad. I mean, I'm not even going anywhere, so I'm just literally doing my makeup just so I can chat to you. I'm going to do mascara. I'm loving this Shiseido mascara for just... It's called Mascara Ink Imperial, and it's a nice wispy lash. Nothing too thick, nothing too long. It's quite natural and nice. So I like that. Because sometimes I feel like my lashes can look too heavy. And I don't want that. I want like nice wispy lashes. How old are you? Now, I'm a bit funny about this question, and the reason is I think people are so judgmental about age that I kind of feel like, why does it matter how old I am? I'm older than a lot of people doing my job. I'm also younger than some people doing my job. Now, there are so many people that say like, oh, you shouldn't wear loads of highlighter if you're over a certain age, or you know, you shouldn't wear shimmery eyeshadow. I love a shimmery eyeshadow. I'm definitely probably in one of those places where people think, you know what, you're too old to wear shimmery eyeshadow. Well, I think sod you, and I'm not going to actually give you any more information than, you know, I'm as old as you want me to be. I'm as old as I want to be. I'm not too young or too old or whatever to do anything. I just think it's such a redundant question. No offence to people that want to know. I mean, I think you can tell that I'm not bloody 20 or 30. So like, that's it really. I mean, I just think I'll be as old as I want to be, and I don't see why. There's too many labels. Why do I have to be? Why do I have to say how, you know, if you want to own your age, you own your age. I'm not owning mine. I'm just going to be me. Just me, Ree, which I just think is fair enough if that's my choice. I know that there'll be lots of opinions about that, and I'm happy to hear them. But yeah, I don't need to be put in any more boxes, I've decided. And I don't care if you think that sounds really, really vain and self-conscious. I don't care. Right, this is the NARS Brow Perfector in Lava, which is dark brown warm. Probably too warm for me. I just grabbed it. Mind you, maybe not. What do you reckon? I don't often do my brows, so I've probably really fooked that up, but never mind. What keeps you going aside from alcohol? Someone said. Now that's from a friend, Kate. Because this is the thing, I am an all or nothing person. So I'm that person that will make you have another drink even though you want to go home. And also I'm the person that people always say, oh my God, Ree's coming, I'm probably going to end up getting really drunk. So I'm a bit of a bad influence when it comes to that kind of thing, even though I try not to be. I don't try not to be. I actually really try to be. I never want to go home. I'm that literally, I'm like, I can't, I'm going to take it easy. If I have one drink, I'm literally like party all night, forget how old I am, and probably wake up in the morning going, oh sugar, that wasn't the best idea, but never mind. Trying to find something for my lips. I am, because I think I've done everything else, haven't I? Well, put a load of makeup on and talked a load of crap. When I went to the Tom Ford counter to be introduced to the new shades of foundation, I also was introduced to this lipstick, which is called London Suede. It is a, what are you? I'm so blind and I hate wearing my glasses. Lip colour satin, London Suede, and I really liked it. So they sent it to me, luckily, which is nice. Along when they sent me the new Shade and Illuminate and the Bone Stick Foundation, Shade Bone, and I really like this shade, London Suede. I never use a lip liner, and I feel like I really should. But I kind of like, I really try really hard with makeup, and then some things I'm just a bit lazy with, and that's one of them. So yeah, that's that. What, you know what else I'm going to do, because you know how I've said, like, I don't care if I look sweaty, but people keep telling me that I really need to try and make sure I don't have shine here, so I'm just trying. This is the Meteorites, Guerlain Meteorites #2 pressed powder. I'm just going to put it here, like, you know, that bit where around your nose where you don't want to look sweaty, and maybe a little bit in the middle there, a tiny bit under my eyes, which this brush is way too big for that, but hey, I can't bother. I'm just going to grab it. Hi Ree, do you think high-end makeup is really worth the price you pay for it? Charlotte Tilbury, Tom Ford. It's a tough one because there's so many great things available at lower prices, but as you can probably see, I love luxury makeup because I'm privileged enough to be exposed to it, and I tend to gravitate towards them, and that must be for a reason. I just think I love really gorgeous swanky packaging. It just makes me so happy. I am that person that just, when I get it out of my handbag and look at it, it just gives me real joy. I think I love the formulations of Tom Ford lipsticks, the eyeshadows, the creamy textures of, say, the Shade and Illuminate. I think they're brilliant. I do absolutely love them. And Charlotte Tilbury, I love. I think it's up to you. I think you can definitely make do without them, but for me, I would pay it. I've always bought luxury makeup, so even before I was doing this job. So yeah, for me, but you don't have to. I think it's easy to actually do complete and utter high street and still look amazing. So that's that. And you know what? I think that's probably it now. So really hope you like this video. Probably just rambled on tons and tons, but you know, just wanting to try something a little bit different. If you didn't like it, let me know, because I can deal with that. And if you've got any questions, any other suggestions, things you want to see, please do share in the comments. You can message me on Instagram and Twitter. That's @ReallyRee. And I hope to hear from you. Thank you. Bye.